What the fuck? Where did I die from?
Welcome back, everyone, to the brand new podcast we're starting up. This is podcast episode 1, where it's, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, it's called "It's Too Soon" podcast, where we're going to be talking about pretty much predicting, like when a game comes out, or when a game first gets announced, or a trailer comes out. We're going to be predicting about what the game will be like. So just more futuristic games, or not futuristic, but like in the future games, so like Call of Duty, Far Cry 6, Dying Light, Battlefield, stuff like those games like that. We're going to try and predict about how the outcome and what we think of the game will be like before, so it being too soon. And possibly we could give ratings and all that too. But for the first podcast, we've got a special guest here. We've got Vitu,
Yo, what's up, guys?
better known as Vitu, if you have seen my streams or Golf with Friend videos and all that. Good friend of mine, not
Santos Vitu. Yeah.
the Santos Vitu there we go too. As you see in the background, we will have Injustice 2 gameplay. So just like it's something, if you do get a bit bored, if you get a bit bored of listening to our voice, there's some gameplay to watch there. So, as you can see, for the first topic of, or the first time ever doing this, we are going to be predicting the Game of the Year awards. It's going to be interesting. As I said, it is way too early to predict what it could be right now. But that's the point of the podcast. So far, we could bring into games, in games that haven't came out yet, that are still due to come out before December 10th. So December 10th, put it on your calendar, everyone. That is when the Game of the Year awards announcement goes out, like live stream goes out. V2 and we've been doing it we've done it almost every year. I think we didn't do it last year. I think. We usually watch it live. But it'll be good if we can do it this year. We're gonna try and watch it live. Maybe we can react to it too. Get our reactions. It's always good, especially a few years ago when somehow Apex won it. Multiplayer Game of the Year. Don't know how that was possible, but yeah,
Deserved.
undeserved. Good. Yeah, no well deserved. All right. So there are some categories when you take into effect that we're going to be talking about Game of the Years. So not only like when we say Game of the Year awards, we mean Game of the Year. We've got Sports Game of the Year. Mostly like those types of stuff. Sports Game of the Year. Maybe not a narrative or anything like that. As right now, as there's obviously a lot of categories to go through. But yeah, so it's gonna be good. We're gonna get it. Let's better get into this stuff. So, where would we like to start off? What type of genre? Single player, multiplayer?
Let's start off with multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
Because,
Alright.
yeah, I really want to.
Well, multiplayer is a bit of an open book too, because even games from years before can get involved in this category. So we have to take into effect games that have come from last year or the year before, possibly, if they survive that long, into this. So let's have a look. So we got best multiplayer games. I got them up right now.
Here it comes.
2021.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's have a look. Well, we got to. I guess we always also have to take into effect too that can't be biased. They're going to be realistic here. So it's hard for us, especially Vitu and I, to take into effect games like usually multiplayer games that always win is something like League of Legends. I know that always wins esports. But we got games here. We got Valorant. We got Among Us, Destiny 2, Apex, Fortnite, Dota 2, League of Legends, somehow Team Fortress, Overwatch, Counter Strike, and Warzone, Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege.
My bad.
That's alright. That's alright. So they're the games. Oh, we also have Grand Theft Auto. So we're going to discuss multiplayer. Those are the games we have so far. So we're going to be
Let me see.
discussing the best multiplayer game of the game that's this year. So mostly the most active fan base. When we got to take that on fact, we got to take that to a fact active fan base. Does it regularly get updated? I already know one game that's already out of that category. Um, and stuff like that. So there is categories that are taken into effect. So we will start off with, well, we can't really do Valorant, so we'll do Among Us.
Among Us.
So, what is our idea of Among Us? Do we think it's a nominee this year, or do we think it could win, or do you think it's completely out of the book?
Personally, it was a good game to play with friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I agree with that. But I think it's like one of those games, like a one-hit wonder, if you know what I mean. Among
Mhm.
Us. Yeah, but me playing it, I had so much fun with playing with the friends. But like, it's not a game I'll just play like every single day. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But would I nominate it in the thing? No, honestly, no.
No.
What about you, Keegan?
About the same.
Yeah,
Especially this year, I do find that maybe at the start of this year it was still
it
active.
was still up there. Yeah, it was still
Yeah.
up there.
As of right now,
No.
I don't see it anymore. I mean, I don't see it
Mm,
ever. It's a very linear game, so like not like an
yeah.
update can just change and everyone wants to go back. Like when an update comes out for GTA 5, adds so much stuff. See, Among Us is a linear game, so it can't have aspects like that to bring people back. But yeah, like as you see here, since as of July 2021, it's had since 10,000 to 20,000 people. That's a massive drop, sorry, to the hundreds of thousand people that were playing it um, beforehand last year. So I do think it deserved multiplayer of the year last year because that's probably when it was at its peak. Um, but as this year, I gotta agree with you. I don't even think it's a nominee. Um,
Yeah, 100%.
if you look at Twitch now, it's only 998 viewers
Yeah.
on on it. So that's a bit sad. That's a massive drop to what it was before, um, where it had hundreds of thousands of people in it. So I definitely,
It's like one of those games. It's one of those games. It's like a trending thing. Like once you see people post it on like YouTube, TikTok, shit like that, people want to
mm,
play it. But like since it's like not really popping, no one really wants to play it and shit.
mhm. I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah.
Couldn't put it perfect. So yeah, in my eyes, and obviously in your eyes, we agree. It's not even in the debate. I don't
Yeah.
think it could win or even be a nominee, for example,
Yeah. Exactly.
um, for best multiplayer of the year this year. Which is sad because I feel like we had fun last year playing it with the boys, as you're right. But
Yeah. Had
as of
so
right
much
now,
fun. So much
I
fun playing
yeah
that game.
I as of right now I don't even feel like wanting to play it. Like
Yeah. It's not like
it's
one of those games you can just like, oh, should I play Among Us? Nah, it's like, yeah, if you know what I mean.
yeah, I get what you mean, yeah, because playing with online players it's hard. Um,
Mm.
it's just not the same as just playing with the boys. So
And I feel
yeah,
like another thing is, it's like you have to play with your friends because I feel like it ruins the fun when you're just playing like by yourself and like with random people online.
mm, exactly. So you heard it first from us. We don't think it will even be a nominee. Please
Yeah.
tell us in the chat or even in the comments after the videos come out if you are watching
What do
this
you guys
after.
think?
Yeah, what you guys think? As I said, three categories. You think it's gonna win any of these? So, like, if we're gonna talk about game of the year, do you think it's gonna win game of the year? Do you think it's gonna be a nominee, or do you think it's completely out of the category? If you disagree with us, go post them in the comments or in the chat. And
And be honest as well. It's your opinion at the end of the day.
exactly, exactly. All right. So let's get to the second game we can talk about, which is Destiny 2. I'll try not to be biased here. Um,
Yeah.
because as you, even as a right now, I don't play it that much really. Um, I think it was. I think it was. I don't think it was a nominee for best multiplayer game last year, but I think it was. It was definitely a nominee for best ongoing game. Um.
Hmm.
So, what do you think, V2? I'll start off with you.
Destiny 2. Hmm. Ongoing game, highly agree with that. Because I remember, how should I say this? Ongoing game, yeah, I agree with that. Because I remember playing with you, Destiny 2. I think this year, if I'm not mistaken, I played it like some point this year. Like,
Mm,
servers were like still going on. I don't think it's dead at all.
mm,
But I don't know, it's just really not my type of game. Like, I know you really like that game, Keegan.
mm, mm.
Yeah, but would I nominate it? Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I would, but I don't think it'll be that far. Mainly because I feel like there's no really. I don't want to offend you, Keegan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend you, but like, I just feel like there's no really that much you can do. Like, I think it's 'cause I just don't want to offend no one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't
No,
want to offend anyone.
that's why. That's why if you're listening to this podcast, it's your honest opinion. Like,
Yeah.
um, just say what you want to say.
Maybe it's because I haven't really played the game that much, but for me, I feel like I was limited to like so much stuff.
Mm,
So yeah, but I would put in like nominations and stuff.
mm. With with me with Destiny 2, um, I definitely think it's a nominee. I agree
Yeah,
with you there. I think it's a nominee. I don't think it would actually stand a chance of winning best multiplayer game
yeah, that's what I'm
of the
saying.
year.
It won't really go
Um,
that far,
no, I don't think it would go that far realistically.
considering like all these like fucking FPS games and these sci-fi games coming out. Like,
Mm, mm. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Like when you say like, especially for updating, like Destiny 2 is one of those games, not just updating, but with the fan base too. Like, it's a if you think of a chart, it goes up, 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 and then a month after it goes down, up, down. It's just a like,
yeah,
it's not a stable fan base in that sense. Like, especially now that the new season just came out, yesterday. I think it was yesterday or a few days ago. Um,
mm,
and the whole that season goes until the next DLC, which is next year, 180 days away. So we have a whole season for 180 days.
mm,
So that limits how much they're gonna truly add into the game. Um, from now to when the DLC comes out. It's still an active game. It has 12,600
yeah,
viewers
100%. Still active, 100%.
on Twitch. Yeah, I think of it as it's it's hard to. That's why with multiplayer games it can be hard because this is an open world. It's so like it's such an open perspective of a game. Like you can go do a 6v6 or a 3v3. Next second you can go on a planet and you can just walk around for an hour shooting enemies, doing bounties and stuff. Compared to Among Us, where it's a linear game where you just do the same thing. You play, finish, do the same thing.
Yeah,
Um, Updating wise, I think DLC. I can't remember. It came out start of this year, I think. Um, I think it came out the start of this year, as far as I remember, and it was good. We needed an update. Um, had fun. So the seasons keep updating. I mean, you're right. Definitely, in a sense, you're right with it. If you don't have a DLC or even the season pass now,
Yeah,
you're so limited to what you really can do. Like you can go do 6v6s, yeah. You can still you're limited to um you're limited to sorry an ad came up. A You're so limited to what you can do. Like I don't have the season pass right now.
yeah,
For me, the game is the same game as it was
mm,
last season. And then if you don't have the season pass, then it's the same game as it was before. So it is a very
yeah,
hard game if you don't. It highly needs you to enjoy the game. It needs you to buy the DLCs,
yeah,
which is obviously just isn't a good sign. Um, but that's why the fan base possibly could not be that active as it could be more active. Like 12,000 viewers. I mean, that's still pretty good.
yeah. That's pretty
Um,
good.
but it could be more if you
Yeah,
were able to, if they allowed you to just play the game more when
yeah,
um
100%.
with that DLC. So with the active fan base and the game still having its active seasons, which in my eyes sometimes feels like more of an excuse to say that you update the game a lot, but in
Mm,
reality you're actually not doing much. You're just adding 100 tiers and then that's it. But yeah, I think it's still updated. So we've got to still count it as an update. So it's still updates. The fan base is still alive. There's a lot more you can do in it if you're just a competitive player or not. 6v6 if you're a competitive player. If you're just a casual player, you can go um, just walk around, do bounties and stuff. So I'm gonna put it in the nominee category. Um,
but just saying it's not going. Like I'm not giving it high hopes, if you know what I mean. Like not going far. So.
exactly. I don't think it could win game of the year, but I believe it'll be a
Nominee, yeah.
nominee.
I
Yeah,
believe it will be nominee.
yeah, perfect. Alright, next one. Apex Legends. So this is actually a bit we'll say active for us. So we're playing Apex.
Yeah,
Vitu he is a high level oceanic. Oh yeah, high level oceanic Apex player here.
yeah,
Um, as of me, I'm just an average. So but we have played it as of lately. So we
yeah.
could base this. So I'll let you go first.
Okay, for Apex, considering I play, I'm not really being biased or anything. I reckon it will be like in the middle because this game has its ups and downs. Like you know this key.
Mm, mm.
Especially for this new season, I reckon this has to be like, how should I say this? One of the most toxic season ever. Considering the new character Sia with his broken abilities and the Prowler being back and what's it called? 3v3 ranked. The reason why I'm saying this is in the middle because how should I say this? This game, uh, how should I say this, man? Let's just say this game is freaking. Oh my god, I don't know how to fucking say it. Well, Keegan, I'm gonna have to pass this to you because I need to process
Is
right.
it? No worries, no worries. Take your time. Remember, we're streaming in. It's a podcast, so
Yeah,
we're not limited to any time. But with Apex, because you got to think of it as a whole year experience. Like this season so far has been toxic. Sia has been an incredibly good character, where it's actually I feel as unbalanced the structure of the
it's
Apex or the
incredibly
Legends.
unbalanced.
Yeah, and I don't personally like the map changes every was it like every hour or every
Yeah,
few hours.
yeah.
Like just as you're getting used to one map, just boom, it switches on you. And it's like I don't particularly like that. If I do look at Twitch though, because that's how I'm just gonna look at Twitch as the active plays. It
Mm,
has, I'm just gonna round it out to 85,000 viewers. So the fan base is alive.
Yeah,
Um,
and considering Tifu's playing this game now, it gives like Apex kind of a huge boost. Considering he's
mm,
like one of the biggest streamers.
mm. Which I definitely think
Mm,
will help in the long run, fighting
mm,
for best multiplayer game of the year.
yeah,
Um, it's just Apex has almost all the popular battle royale
streamers.
streamers
Yeah.
now. Like it's got Apex, I think was it? Uh,
Yeah, Warzone players are now moving to Apex. Fortnite people are moving to Apex. Like the other
yeah.
day, I was talking to this guy in game chat telling me that, oh, I moved to Apex, yeah, and stuff. Yeah,
Okay. Um. So yeah. So the fan base definitely, I would say, is what's going to help it really fight for that game multiplayer game of the year. While the only really thing I'd think anything bad about it is probably just the legends balancing.
yeah. That they need to. Yeah, they don't really like. How should I say? They don't really test the players as soon as they launch it. Like they do
No.
test it, of course, but like they don't like 100% like think it's that toxic. If you know what I mean.
Mm. Mm.
Like Sid, like as soon as he dropped, everyone was using him, and me and Keegan played the game, and we were just getting ran over by Seals because of his toxic kick.
Mm. I'm probably gonna put it high nominee. I want to put it high nominee. I
I'm
definitely
still
think.
putting in the middle, considering uh, like let's say you're in this World's Edge, for example, which is a map in Apex. Let's say you just get comfortable with that. An hour later, you'll be changing maps, which is like you'd have to like change your whole play style, which annoys me, and like you just end up getting third party all the time.
Mm. So
Yeah.
like, we'll put it here. So do you think it's just mid nominee level?
Yeah, mid nominee because I think it's a good game. It's a really good. It's in my opinion, like I'm not being biased or anything. In my opinion, I'd say it's the best battle royale I've ever played. I've ever played.
Mm.
Mm. It's still a really good game. To this day, I really enjoy playing this game. As you know, Keegan.
Mm. Mm. As a reminder, if you on this, you always put in the live chat, or you can put it in the description below.
Mm.
I'll be reading the comments. And seeing what you guys think of these nominees cut version. You don't think it's gonna get you don't think it's gonna get in. You think it's a nominee, or you think it's gonna be multiplayer of the year, or any. You think it's gonna be game of the year. So we're going to get to the next game, which will be what do we think? We think Warzone. Let's talk about Warzone real quick. So, do you want to start off?
Warzone. Ah,
We had a
oh
bad
my
rap
God.
on it.
I hate. Okay, look. Warzone, 100% most played battle royale right now. 100%.
Mm.
Would you agree with that, Keegan?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, most played battle royale right now. Did I enjoy the game? Not at all. But in my opinion, I think this game will have a high chance of getting the thing, the award.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, best multiplayer. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's
With
cause
hmm?
I think it's cause if I'm not mistaken, do you know Cold War, right? It like the bundle. Like I saw like when I played the game, it's like Cold War, Warzone, and this zombies. That's right?
Mm, mm,
I think it's because people don't like buy Cold War, so they play Warzone instead. I think that's why it's like played a lot, if I'm not wrong.
mm,
But I don't know.
mm,
I don't know.
mm. Honestly, I think not only could it have its run for its money for multiplayer of the year, I think it actually would win multiplayer game of the year. I
Yeah,
mean, its whole track level or track record this whole year has been dominant. Um,
yeah,
and I mean, that's just the facts right there. I mean, like it has dominated this whole year. I mean, like not only like on Twitch has it completely ran Twitch pretty much with gaming.
Yeah.
It just yeah, it's I think it could win multiplayer of the year. As of
Honestly,
right,
like, yeah, when I was looking at like Warzone's Twitch streamers, their like views were like averaging like what 50K and shit just from playing Warzone.
mm, mm, it's like holy dooly. Like as of right now, Apex has more viewers right now than Warzone. But like if you look at it all the time, like every time I go on Twitch and look at it, it already has over 100,000 views.
Yeah,
I think when you get all the big Twitch streamers on there, that's when it changes. But I think I think it could possibly be dying off, or not dying off. It could be slowing down as
yeah,
of
it's
right
just
now. But we got to think the whole year it's been so dominant with
yeah,
its
it's
everyone.
dominating right now.
Yeah. Um. So I'm gonna say multiplayer game of the year. Honestly, I think it's gonna
Yeah,
win
I'm saying
multiplayer of the year.
multiplayer. But
Yeah.
personally, I did not enjoy the game at all.
Nah.
Like me and Keegan.
Bro, yeah, nah. We could sit here for ages and what happened when we played it, man. That was
Yes.
ridiculous, bro.
Uh, we wanted
um.
to give it a chance. We wanted to give it a chance, and just deleted it the next.
The next day,
Yeah,
like, it was
but yeah,
ridiculous. Um. Yeah. So I think Warzone could win it all.
yep,
Um.
100%.
Now we just got to do nominees, really. Um. I mean, there's not much more games now, really. I mean, we've got what games did we go through? We've got Fortnite. We've got there's Overwatch here, Rocket League, and Grand Theft Auto. We're just gonna cut it short, really. We don't.
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto's not gonna win it. It's not gonna have a chance.
yeah,
Rambo could have a chance. Rocket League could have a chance.
yeah. Rocket League, yeah.
Overwatch won't. I don't think Overwatch. Maybe low tier
Maybe.
nominee. Not even that really. I don't think Overwatch has did that well this year. Um, so we could talk about Rainbow Six Siege. Maybe not Rocket League. We don't play that. So we'll probably just go with Rainbow Six Siege Rise of right now.
Mm,
Because we've got our game of the year, multiplayer game of the year already. So when was the last time you
right.
played Rainbow?
Last year.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just talk about this segment then. So with Rainbow, especially this year, I personally did not see a massive growth spurt in the community. Um, the game is the same. I mean, there's not much I can really say. There's no updates. There's no operators. They added obviously the season pass and all that, which changes a bit because now you don't have like the year pass characters. So now you just pay a character at a time by season, which I don't personally like too much. $15 for a character, like oh my god, it's ridiculous. Um, so I think personally, I don't even I oh it's rough. I would say it would be fighting for the lowest nominee spot really. Um, yeah, I enjoyed Rainbow Six Siege, but I gotta be realistic here. I think it's fighting for the lowest nominee spot really.
Yeah.
Nothing major has happened. The community hasn't had a massive growth spurt in a
I'd say the
while.
community is like no one really talks about Rainbow Six Siege. You know what I mean? No one really
Yeah,
talks about
exactly. Unless you're a broad watcher, like you only watch Rainbow, a lot will come up. But if someone like us, where we watch a lot of stuff, Rainbow doesn't get
it.
spoken
Yeah,
about much anymore.
yeah.
Um, that's not us saying it's a bad game. As I said, I do enjoy
I'm
it.
not. Yeah, it's not dead at all. It's not dead at all. It's just like the community doesn't really talk about it. You know?
Yeah, and so in that sense, I think it's fighting for the low nominee spot for multiplayer of the year.
But it's still like a really good game though. It's a really
Mhm.
good game, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have our multiplayer game of the year, um, which is Warzone, and the nominees are Destiny 2. What was it?
Apex.
Apex Legends, and then Game of the Year is Warzone. As Probably like Dota 2 and stuff will be the rest of them, so that's why I've kind of left it out there because we can't forget those games. So the rest of the nominees will probably be like Dota 2, League of Legends, Counter Strike, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we next we're probably going to talk about single player game of the year,
Okay.
which I think will be last.
Yeah, we'll leave it last.
We'll do sports games.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I really want to get into this.
It is a bit hard, as I said. This is definitely going to be truly too soon to predict.
Yeah.
Because most of the sports games haven't even came out yet. Like 2K still has to come out. Madden just came out. FIFA still has to come out. NHL still has to come out.
Yeah.
Um, so you got FIFA. MLB came out this year. But we were talking about sports games of 2021. Let's get them going here. So we got here. We got MLB. Oh, yeah, I guess you can count Knockout City as a sports game too. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
yeah, F1, WRC10, we don't really play that. Uh, so sports games at I'm gonna find. Alright, so I'm just gonna get the newest one out so far, Madden. I'm just gonna talk about that. Madden can get lost. I have no. That game triggers me so much, man. That game, no, it won't even be in a nominee. There's no way in hell I see Madden 22 in as a nominee, or even competing for a nominee for Sports Game of the Year. That game is garbage. Um, look at that. Game came out probably a few days ago. Only has 3,700 reviews. We're also going to take into account too that sports games don't get played or viewed as much compared to first-person shooters. So we can't compare
Yeah.
that type of viewership, but there is a level of respectable viewership. Madden, terrible game. The servers to play with people aren't even up yet. I want to verse actual players. But too busy versing bots that are somehow so incredibly hard that like they predict your movement before you do it. And when you have your wide receivers standing there and they're defending like and they've got people on them and they're in front of him and you know that when he passes them they're gonna intercept the ball and there's nothing you can do or you're gonna get tackled. It's ridiculous. You should never be put in that situation. The game mechanics suck. I mean, they're pretty much the same every year, but this game, I feel everything is terrible. The bots, I haven't so much played franchise face of the franchise. Like I started my first game, like professional game, so I have gone through the main storyline, and it's just boring. I mean, I think with FIFA, MLB, NBA. Like I'm telling you, even F1, I think Madden has the worst my career. Um, I think the game's unfinished. I definitely think they kind of rushed it this year. So I definitely think it's not even in contentions for this year's sports game of the year.
Mm.
I was gonna say, do you have a say on it? But you haven't really played it, have you?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't played it,
Mm,
but considering Keegan's rage,
yeah, no,
yeah. Well,
it's ridiculous. Um, Next game I'll get into would probably Madden, not Madden, sorry, MLB, sorry, which came out April 16. This game, I don't, it's hard. as much as I want it to be nominated, I don't think it is this year.
Really?
I I personally don't like the My Career this year too. Um, the whole system they've done it is just so different,
Yeah.
and I don't personally like it. I know some people do, a lot of people do like it. I personally don't. Um, and I think it's a good step. What they've done this year is a good step in the sense that now it's cross-platform, but problem is that's not going to win the multiplayer of the year. I mean, they're
Mm.
averaging like 1,000 views
Yeah.
on Twitch, and yet it came out in April, so only like what 5 months ago, 4 months. Yeah, it came out like 4 months ago, and it only averages 1,000. MLB isn't the biggest sports game out of them all, after all. I mean, like MLB, like baseball is not as big as soccer, basketball, Madden. So it's a bit hard to like. That's just in real life too. It's not as big as those sports. So you do have to take into fact that the views and all that won't be as high straight away, but
Mm.
that doesn't get rid of game physics and all that. I definitely don't like this year as much. The one thing I do like about my career so far is that you can be a two-way player. So you can be so tight. You can kind of be like Satari, where you can be a pitcher and a fielder, pitcher and a batter, which is the first time they've done that, which I did straight away, and I did enjoy it. So I definitely give that to them. Do I think it's going to be a nominee though? No. When when we take into effect games like 2K22, FIFA 22, and stuff like that, I don't think it'll be nominee. If it did have a chance though, if those games did flop, it'd be low level nominee. Um, Definitely, yeah, it'd be low level nominee. I don't think it'd be very high. So I'm
Mm.
gonna put it low nominee. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give it low level nominee for
Mhm.
sports game of the year.
Mhm.
Um, so I guess we're gonna have to talk about. Oh, we can talk about Knockout City. So have you played Knockout City?
Yep. That game, I'd say it's like Among Us. One hit wonder. It died off in a week.
Hmm.
Like, seriously, like, I don't even think I had that much fun playing with like friends, to be honest. Where would I put it? Low nominee, 100% low nominee. Because there's
Do,
really not that much you can do in the game.
do you think it has low nominee?
Yeah, what do you think?
I wouldn't even put it close into nominee, really. I mean, as of right now, it's only averaging 53 views.
Wait, hold on, hold
I mean, when the beta did come out, like a lot of people that I knew downloaded it and played it, but I don't personally know enough people that actually went out of their way and bought the game.
on. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a free game after all. I mean, it's not
Yeah, I
even
thought
a
it was going to be a
AAA
free
game.
game. Yeah.
It's not even a AAA game or anything. So it's like I was shocked that you had to pay for it. I mean, they would have made. I reckon they could have made more money, honestly, if it was for free. Just add some
Yeah.
in-game currency. That's what they all do now. That's what all companies do now.
Mm.
So yeah. So do you have anything else to say about it, or
Mm. Yeah, yeah, never mind. I think it shouldn't be a nominee, honestly, because that game just wasn't it, really.
I mean, you can still have it there. You don't have to
Yeah.
change it because I said it. So
No, no, no. No, no. Yeah, I don't think it should be a nominee. Because literally died off after a week. Because I think once they realized the game wasn't free, everyone was like, nah, it's not even that good. Why should I buy this game?
mm, mm, exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
100% not worth
Yeah.
it.
Definitely don't think it's a nominee at all.
Yeah. No disrespect to the creators of the game.
Definitely don't think it's a nominee at all. Let's make sure the audio was good. Um, okay, so now we talk about futuristic games.
Mm.
So those games are not MLB, sorry, NBA,
Yep.
FIFA 21.
Yep.
Uh, is it going to come up? I know those games are coming out. There's another sports game I remember that's coming out, but I can't remember the name of it. Let's think
So
about.
FIFA 21.
And talk again, sorry.
FIFA 21.
So we got FIFA 22.
Oh yeah. You said 21.
Uh, sorry. Okay, so we'll talk about FIFA 22 straight off the bat. You can start off with this.
Okay. Honestly, I'm expecting high things from FIFA 22, considering I've seen so many leaks all over my TikTok talking about this new Volta tennis, Volta like freestyle things. But one thing I'm really, really excited for is one, career mode, player career mode, and two, um, pro clubs. So as you know, last year, if you've been watching Keegan's videos, um, we played a lot of pro clubs, eh, Keegan?
Yeah, yeah.
And throughout those, what, 2 months, we've enjoyed playing that game. But what the thing that stopped us was really like the game physics, a lot of bugs in the game. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
why I'm excited for career mode is because they're adding um do you know those type of games that like decide what you're gonna say next? You know what I mean? You
Oh
know
yeah,
those games?
story-based games.
Yeah, they're adding that, and they're adding online career mode, which I've been waiting for so long, man.
Mm.
And for pro clubs, I'm just excited because they're gonna be adding like way more stuff. Like, let's say you disconnect, you're gonna be able to join back, which is incredibly helpful. For sakes. So, and another thing I'm excited for is Volta, which is just street soccer. So yeah, I'm expecting high things for FIFA 22. Honestly, if I'm gonna talk about FIFA 21, which I'm gonna bring up, I reckon it's one of the laziest, like, how should I say, laziest FIFA they've ever made, like the worst one. But pro clubs carried it. Like honestly, pro clubs carried it. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm giving it FIFA 22 high hopes
Yeah. If you had to give it you reckon a score out of 10, where would you put it?
for FIFA 22.
FIFA 22, yeah.
I'd give it a solid 8. 8.
8.
8, yeah, that's hard.
Jeez, alright. Yeah, that's definitely high hopes. Okay. Alright. Um,
What about you? FIFA 22.
FIFA 22. Um, Pretty much everything you pretty much said. I'm excited for the My Career multiplayer part of things. Be interesting to see how they do it. Because if they do it like 2K did it, like with the My Park, they could do like My
Yeah,
Field or something like that, whatever it is, where everyone plays. Pretty much pro clubs, but you are playing a My Career. It's going to be the same thing.
yeah,
Pro clubs is just like you make your own club, you have your own character, you level it up.
yeah,
So it's going to be definitely a bit different with how everything's going to work um because pro clubs, if you're going to add multiplayer to My Career, pro clubs is already kind of like My Career. Like you
yeah.
make your character, you base off stats, and you level it up. You get your overall up.
Mm.
So it's going to be interesting how they do it to make it not just the same, so that one of them doesn't die off. Because if if they make it the same as pro clubs, then no one wants to play pro clubs. Like
Yeah,
that's not
exactly.
going to convince anyone to play it. Um, Otherwise from that, I do enjoy playing FIFA in My Career. Um, I do want to have high hopes for it too. So
Mm.
I'm probably gonna go a bit under you. So probably I want to give it a 6.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I don't want to walk into it expecting a lot.
yeah,
Um, as as the typical saying goes, it's just the same game every year. But this game is different. I mean, like you're finally adding multiplayer into My Career. You're working more on the futsal part of things. Like
mm.
it's going to be like there's more stuff to do, which is good, and that's what we've all been asking for, especially you. As I am Like I played FIFA like 12 and yeah, one of those early ones,
Mm.
and then I stopped for a long time, and then I came back with FIFA 17. I downloaded FIFA 18 late, and then Levi got me to play FIFA 19, and then I got FIFA 20. No,
Yeah.
no, I didn't play FIFA 19. Sorry, I played FIFA 20, and then
Yeah.
I played the ones with you guys with the FIFA 21. So I'm gonna go give it a 6. As I said, I don't want to go into it too high,
Yeah.
but yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 6. You give it an 8. We'll see how those predictions go later on when it comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
And the main
rivalry.
reason why we stopped playing pro clubs was mainly because of frustration, because there was so many like incidents we had in that game.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Um, so do we think it could be a contention for game of the year this year though?
Sports game, yes.
I mean, yes, sports game of the year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it the most played sports game in the world?
I think so.
Yeah.
So now comes NBA 2K22.
Oh, here we go. Here
Um,
we go.
with this,
It gives me mixed emotions, honestly.
yeah, I don't know anymore. Especially
Uh,
this year, like they've lowered so many players' ratings. Like
mm,
Karl Anthony Towns is an 87, and yet he had like his best year. Yeah, I reckon he should be an 89.
yeah.
KD did exceptional stuff. The MVP of the season only getting a 94 or 93, while LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry are getting a 96. Like Kevin Durant, I reckon deserves a 90, like a 98 or something, 99. I
Mm,
mean, like, come on. And then Jokic should be higher. Like, he's the MVP he's the MVP. You're gonna tell me you're gonna put the MVP at a 94, 93. I
yeah.
think that's what he is, a 94, 93. That's like next to James Harden and stuff like that. And yet Jason Tatum did well. I think he's only at 90. I mean, like players have had their best seasons and yet they've lower than they're like been ever. Like it's so confusing what they've done. Like that and the microtransactions in the game and it's just such a pay to win thing, man. Ronnie 2K needs to wake up, man. Like
Mm,
100%. He is what's killing that thing, man. Like I want to play it. I want to play it. Don't get me wrong. But like even now, like I'm starting to second guess. Ever since I got Madden, I've second
mm.
guessed myself with what games to get. Like, do I want to get 2K? Well, I don't know. I mean, $110 game. Like, jeez Louise, that's a lot of money to throw in, especially when I've got Madden now. I spent $110 on that.
Oh, what would you say? What would you think about 2K21?
What do I think about 2K21?
Yeah.
I
I don't know. It's just
it's a bit different with my career. With my career, I didn't play it as much. I've definitely been up and down with the new shot meter.
yeah.
Um,
That's one thing that pulled me down about 2K21. The shot meter.
I
It's
like
really, really messed me up.
I have so much mixed emotions with it. Like one day I'll hate it, one day I'll love it more than what the old one is.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. Like I have a hard time actually greening shots with this new shot
Yeah.
meter.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing FIFA, not FIFA, sorry, 2K20 and stuff. Like when I had my point guard build, I was greening shots, and then talking about 2021, I'm struggling. Like it's just weird.
Yeah.
Um, but
I felt like the career mode was. It felt the same as 2K20, honestly, for me.
yeah, like just going through career,
It
and
felt
I
like I
mean,
was just playing for 2K20, honestly.
yeah, it's just that
But
game was just a reskin, really.
yeah.
Just different shot meter,
Mm.
and I feel like my team is more rigged than ever too. Like it's just all over the
Oh,
place, really.
if you guys know who Jaden is, that guy has spent money on my team, man. Money.
Yeah, if Ronnie, if you're ever see this
You're gonna see
podcast,
this.
you owe Jaden a lot. Like
A
he's put
lot of money.
money in that game, man.
Like he loves your game, but like you just flip him over, man. Like,
Yeah, he's gonna work for his money, man. Like content creators, man. Like, come on, those two content creators. They talk about like no beef or anything, but when you just talk about a card, you use it for 5 minutes. Talk about a
mm,
card, and then you post a video. Then you just do that continuously. You make easy money.
mm,
Um, and then you can just go buy, do an opening, and then you make all your money back. Like people like us, we can't do that though. I mean, so you can't see how bull the chances for cards are.
yeah, exactly.
So it's like, yeah, yeah. No, I don't like 2K21 that much. But 2K22, I'm not walking there with high hopes too. I'm gonna give it a
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
The
I'll
only
give
thing
it a
I'm
5
just
out of
gonna
10.
do is really play my career, honestly.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's even if I get it, I'm gonna get FIFA 22, but I don't have it NBA anymore.
Mm, yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
Yeah, sound realistic. So we've pretty much gone through all the sports games, really. We haven't gone
What
through
I think is
F1.
gonna win? What I think is gonna win? FIFA. Oh, F1, yeah. What do you like?
Oh no, I mean F1 this year. It's been really different. Like just the traction, the turning circle, and everything. It's just such a weird game now that it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Um, I don't personally like it too much, so I'm just gonna give it a nominee. Like F1 2020 was a nominee last year. I don't think it's gonna win, but I'm gonna give it a nominee.
Mm.
Um, let's quickly go over that. So, what do you think will win Sports Game of the Year?
FIFA, honestly. Like, I'm not being biased, but considering like FIFA is the most played game, like sports game.
Hmm.
Yeah, and considering what the considering the World Cup is soon, lots of people are convinced in playing FIFA and getting that new FIFA. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
mm.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think FIFA might win it too. I think FIFA might win it.
Considering this is like one of the worst FIFAs I've ever played,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
still think it's like I think what, 4 weeks ago I was looking at most played sports games. It was FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm saying FIFA, bro.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Oh, trying to think how much more we can do. Um, we can do probably two, three more categories. Best action adventure game. Um,
I don't know about that one.
best ongoing game, and then we'll do game of the year last.
Yeah,
So pretty much just best
single.
action adventures games of 2021. There's quite a bit of games coming out this year. Oh yeah, we do have to cut this short because you might be running out of battery on my computer.
Hmm.
Let me get rid of some stuff. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Save that. All right. So there's a few games that are definitely coming out. I gotta think of it. What's coming out? So we've got Back for Blood coming out. We've had Kenna. We haven't played that, so we won't talk about that. Deathloop's coming out. Far Cry 6. Um, What games come out? Like, I'm trying to think of what games came out this year so far. We've got Halo Infinite coming out. That's the game I'm
Oh
thinking
yeah,
of.
I saw that.
Resident Evil,
Yeah.
Biomutant. Um, I
Some
guess,
of these games I haven't played yet.
yeah. And then Ratchet and Clank. So, what game would you
Oh,
like to start off first?
Ratchet and Clank, man. Oh my god.
So, you've played it?
Yep.
Oh, you give us your take.
I'm just gonna start this off, guys, but oh my god. I, I have not liked any Ratchet and Clank on the PS4. Any of them. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but it's just I've not enjoyed it at all. I
No.
don't know. Like honestly, yeah. I don't have much to say about it, but yeah, it's just not it. On the PSP, 100% best game I've ever played on PSP. It's just way better. But PS4, I just don't know why. It just feels different. It looks different. Like it's not the same anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm, mm,
What's your take on it?
fair enough. Well, I can only really run off what I've heard, and I actually heard a lot of good stuff out of this game.
Mm.
Um, I mean, personally, like, um, I actually think this could win Game of the Year. What I've heard of it, really, this year, I honestly think this year's been a bit weak with games.
Yeah, this year, yeah, with games, entertainment in general, it's just been weak.
Yeah, I think it could win Best Game of the Year. Definitely be in contentions. Otherwise, I think it's definitely a nominee. No matter what, it's going to be a nominee. I know 100% it'll be a nominee this year. But that takes into fact. I've heard good news. I think it'll be high nominee. For the news I've heard of it, just a good storyline, just good mechanics, just good, good everything. I've heard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it'll be high nominee. Um, so yeah.
Hmm.
What do you think? What do you think it'll be?
I think it's gonna be, yeah. Considering like I've seen so many people like get excited over it, seen people stream it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be nominated, at least just nominated, but I don't know if it's gonna win.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Next game, we got Resident Evil.
Never played that.
Resident Evil. No, I might as well start off with Resident Evil. I got decent. I wouldn't say really decently got far into it. I played it a little bit. My brother got it, so he game showed it to me, and it's not too bad. I don't know. I think personally, I think it's definitely going to be a nominee again. This year. I think it could possibly be the running up against Game of the Year, going against Ratchet and Clank. So I definitely think it'd be top high nominee again. Um, but we will just have to see how it is, I guess. Like the game mechanics seem fine. I think there was a few glitches in it, but there's glitches in every game, so we have to kind of forgive that. Um, and I like how the storyline was really good too. Like good. So even if it doesn't win Game of the Year, I think it might win somewhere where like best or bet not the best action game. I mean, sorry. Um, I think possibly it could win like best narrative, or it could win best director, something like that. Win something one of those awards. If it doesn't, I know I definitely have hope of it winning an award. That's all I know. So yeah, high nominee, I reckon. Um, I guess this when we have to start thinking futuristic now. Oh, in the future. So we got Halo Infinite. Are you there, Vitu? I guess we'll just continue with that for now. Halo Infinite. I didn't play the beta when it came out. So I personally don't know much to say. I think possibly it could be nominee for best action game. Um, don't think it could be nominee for best game of the best game of the year. I definitely think it could be best like action nominee best action game. Um, but yeah, I'll just go give it mid to low level of nominee for best action game. Um, and I don't think at all it would contend into best game of the year. Um, Looking at look at Far Cry 6. So Far Cry 6 looks promising, I'd say. It does look very interesting. And in the past Far Cry's, like Far Cry 5 I enjoyed that. Didn't play New Dawn, but I didn't hear much good stuff about New Dawn. That's why I was very hesitant on getting it. Um, Far Cry 4 is obviously known for being good, really good. Far Cry 3 is known for being really good. Far Cry Primal was definitely a different game. Um, and then Far Cry 2 and 1, well, they're old, and people like Far Cry 2 somehow. I don't like it because I mean it's old now. So, but um, definitely think Far Cry 6 is going to be an interesting one. I do think it's going to be nominated for best action game. I think it could be nominated too for the best game of the year. I'm going to say it like that. Um, so we got those done. What do I think would win best action narrative game of the year? We got Bayern Munich too to talk about. I think that's just going to be a low nominee. I don't think I'd be expecting too much from it. Really, it was an interesting game. Like, don't get me wrong. Um, Definitely an interesting game, and it's not even that bad too. Like, it's just it's different game. Now that I think of it, and I'm saying it, I might actually re-download it and try and finish it. But it's actually not that bad of a game. It was good in the way they were attacking it, as you're like a little animal and you're just running around. You got tribes and stuff. So I think it's going to be low nominee for best action game of the year. I'm going to continue and believe what I reckon will win best action narrative to the game. Best action adventure game of the year. Sorry, which is Ratchet and Clank. I think that will win this year. Um, I just heard a lot of good news about it, and obviously every Ratchet and Clank is always I've heard it's always been good. So I'm not into the much solo games, so it's a bit different for me to say anything. But I just go run off what I've heard, and yeah, I've heard really good news about it. Um, so that'll be my best action adventure game of the year. Uh, this. All right. Now we're going to quickly have to rush this, and then we're going to have to do best game of the year. So we're going to have to skip whatever the one we're going to do before. So there's quite a few games to run off here. That's why I wanted to do this last. So we've got there's actually quite a bit. So games like Outriders came out. Outriders. Trying to think of like games that have been spoken about. So there's a new Lego game coming out. Oh, well, look at the Saga type thing. That. Um, Real Life is Strange. Returnal, I heard that was a good game too. Kenna, Dying Light 2, which is I'm excited for. It Takes Two, I heard was pretty good too. Mass Effect, Ratchet and Clank, Deathloop, Back for Blood, Far Cry 6, Hitman 3, Halo Infinite, and Resident Evil. So we're going to try and talk about games that we haven't spoken about, so we'll start with Back for Blood, sorry. Um, I don't I don't think it's going to be anywhere near the contentions for nominee of best game of the year. Just because of what it is, really. I mean, it's just a kind of like a multiplayer game, really. So I don't think it'd be able to do that. Hitman 3, I don't know if it's ever been a nominee yet. and I really like. I think I heard one of my friends is a massive Hitman 3 fan, and he played it for like a month, I think, and then that was it, really. Um, so it's yeah. Hold up, sorry. Um,
Apologies.
no, that's alright. That's all right. We're just talking about best game of the year now. Um,
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of my computer's about to die. So, I was just talking about Hitman 3. I didn't really hear much about it. Frozo, he's a massive Hitman fan, and he didn't
Mm.
play it for much too. So, um,
I've n- I don't even remember the last time I played Hitman. Honestly, I think it was on a PC,
mm,
but it's not really like a game that anyone like would really take seriously. You know what I mean?
mm, I
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah, that's why I said I don't think. Oh, I don't think it'd be like a contention for game of the year. I don't think it'd be a nominee.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, let's got that. We've got Deathloop coming out. I don't know. There's just not enough content out for me to have a look at to see if Deathloop will definitely be like a really good game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been spoken about much too. Um, so yeah, I think it could be. I think it'd be a nominee. I think it'd be a nominee for sure. I don't think it'd be able to win Game of the Year though, but I definitely say it'd be a nominee.
Mm.
Um, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's. I mean, realistically, that's just a remaster of the first three games. I don't think it's going to be a nominee either way. Um,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be standing a chance really. Um, for that. Next, we have Dying Light 2. I am extremely excited for Dying Light 2. Um, it's a risk this year because there's new people making it, so it's definitely a lot different. Um, to predict. Like we could say, oh look, Dying Light 1 was like it was an extremely good game. Dying Light 1 was an it was great. Like I mean, I enjoyed it. Like it's out of this world. I enjoy that game. But it's hard to compare Dying Light 1 to Dying Light 2 because it has different game makers. So I mean, it's hard to kind of run off Dying Light 1 to say if Dying Light 2 is going to be good. Um, so yeah, and I think it'll be nominee. I don't think it'll win Game of the Year though. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I have to go with you as well. I think it'll be nominee, but not game of the year.
Mm, mm. So those we've got games here. We might quickly run over them because we haven't really played them. So we've got other ones here, but we're just gonna be guessing really, as obviously that's what we're doing already. So we got Returnal. I heard it was a good game. I heard um, it did kind of. I didn't hear much after a while, but I definitely think it'd be a nominee. If not, it'd be a low nominee really. Um, I mean, Metacritic has an 85. JB Hi-Fi has it as it's 4.2 out of 5, so it does have high ratings. So I reckon it could be. Yeah, I reckon it'd be low nominee really.
Hmm. What was the game again?
Returnal.
Return. I haven't heard of that game.
Yeah, I can't really, I can't speak much about it. I'm just running off what people really told me
Yeah.
over the year. Um, yeah, Outriders, that game, it's also up in the air too. I mean, I don't even think it would be. I don't think it could be. It could be action of the year, or it could be action slash adventure game of the year nominee. Low, maybe. Like that game wasn't that great, really.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, no, it wouldn't be game of the year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are all the big games, really. Um, for this year. I'm still gonna run off my prediction. I want to say Ratchet and Clank's gonna win this year, game of the
Yeah.
year, win the big trophy itself. What do you think?
Like, I don't know, man. This Because the thing is, it's just games haven't really been popping this year. If you know, yeah, it's like it hasn't really been popping enough this year.
Mm, mm,
But if I had to choose, yeah, probably Ratchet and Clank, because I just heard a lot of good things. But personally, I didn't enjoy it, honestly, because I've
yeah.
just been, yeah, I've just seen a lot of good things about Ratchet and Clank.
Mm, mm. So they're at it. Let's go. We've done our first ever, well, not ever, but our first podcast of It's too soon. Um, if you did enjoy this, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe and click the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. We're going to be starting to do more podcasts. While that, we're still going to be doing golf with your friends. Still got to upload some more content on that. And
Yeah,
if you're excited for Call of Duty Vanguard, I'll be doing Battlefield 40, 2042 or Dying Light or Back for Blood. Those games will be seen, or even FIFA 22, sorry, will be seen on this channel, gameplay wise and podcast wise. If you have any podcast ideas, drop it down in the comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you made it this far, as I said, please drop a like. Thank you, Vitu, for jumping on and joining me for this
anytime.
stream. It was greatly appreciated to see you here. It was good. Hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
yourself too.
I did. Yeah, my first podcast, lads.
Let's
Don't
go,
judge
let's
me.
go. No, we went through a lot. And again, don't be afraid to comment down below what you think
Yeah, at
your
the end of the day, this is all our opinions. This is not facts. It's just our opinions, our
exactly,
predictions, and stuff. But yeah,
exactly. And if you want to subscribe and click the notification bell to see us on December the 10th review live reaction of the Game Awards, I'll see if I can get V2 on at the same time as me and we can watch it.
yep,
Last year and all, for the past few years, it's been on the daytime, so it should be easy for us to do it.
yeah. It's so easy
Um,
for us.
exactly. Alrighty. So thank you everyone for stopping by.
Have a nice day, morning, night, whatever. Yeah, stay safe, lads.
Exactly.
Especially with this pandemic shit. Just stay
Mm,
safe.
exactly. Alrighty, guys. Peace.
Have a good. Yeah, latest.